So everybody, welcome to our. This is we're gonna take a page out of Joe Budden's book and name this podcast later because we don't have a name for it.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. So this is our first episode, so bear with us. We're gonna discuss all things Carolina Panthers, and so we just want to take the first episode to kind of get ahead of the draft and take a look at the free agency moves that happen in free agency, and then kind of see how that set us up for the draft. So we're just gonna go through. So my name is Rashad, and my co-host is
I'm David.
Yep. So we're gonna, we've been long time Carolina Panthers fans, and we just kind of wanted to take this to another level. And we kind of debate all the time anyway, so we might as well just go ahead and record it and see what we can get out of it. So
with Steve, this was funny because Steve would talk trash, and I talk trash to Steve, but I can't be like, oh, I done did you up, because ain't nobody locking Steve up like that. You know what I'm saying? Only a selected few that had his number. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't one of them. So when he started talking hard, and I couldn't go say, okay, cool, I'm gonna go lock you up. I just say, let's just fight. I don't want to talk no more. Let's scrap right now. I'll win that battle. One-on-ones, I know I ain't gonna win, so let's just fight right here.
You got the hands, dog.
Yeah, hey, let's just scrap, dog, because I can't talk with you. You too good.
Yeah, that is funny. That's funny. Hey, that's what's up, man.
We'd be cool. I had to resort to that because he couldn't say nothing to Steve. Steve's pretty. That dude's real, man.
That's funny.
So Chris, you remember when we signed C.J. Henderson last year?
Yes, sir.
And you remember we threw him out there against I think Dallas?
Yes, sir.
We just signed him that same week. Why can't we do the same thing for Chanel? I agree with you.
Right.
I feel like you draw him up a couple of plays. He doesn't have to know an entire playbook. Right. Give him some special plays that give him the ball out the backfield. He can run the football like a running back. I want to see that. He's built like DJ Moore. Give him some special plays just like DJ Moore. I feel like he's a great player, and I feel like you need to utilize him.
Okay. And then the other one.
Finally.
We got one, baby.
I just want to hit Sweet Carolina real quick.
Might as well, we over here.
When they gonna play Sweet? We ain't heard that in the whole year.
It's been about a year.
We ain't heard it in a year.
It's been a year since we heard it.
Let's go. We that.
Y'all the motherfuckers that be talking on YouTube talking shit.
Me? Who? Not
One or
me.
two now.
No, come on, bro.
Hey!
You my guy. Bro.
Hey!
We be hyping you up.
One more, DJ?
Yeah.
Check out
Don't worry about it.
Sports here. Find me.
Don't worry about what nobody saying.
We got
Under the
Yeah,
radar.
don't worry about
we got
it.
you.
We trying to get that press for you, man. They need to know what you about, man. We know you be chilling. That's why we doing the work for you.
That is crazy, bro. Hey, DJ.
I heard one more fantasy football without money.
You guys do a heck of a job. You guys, man, y'all the vinegar of the podcast, because the vinegar and water separates itself, bro.
Right.
And it is apparent that you guys have passion, but also want good Panther conversation and dialogue. And that's what the long haul is always. That's what makes you guys sustainable. Because you guys got substance.
We appreciate that, Steve. That means that you have no idea how much that means. We appreciate that.
But that also means you got to bring your notes and P's and Q's. That
Facts.
You can't be all up in your towel in the locker room, jaw jacking around, playboy. You got to come to work.
Panther Nation podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut it. Cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Yeah. Talk, let's chat. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing, cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible. Make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan. Pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the call. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast and we poppin', let's go.
Yo, what's cracking with y'all, man? What's popping? I don't know where Dave went, but I'm sure he's listening. Shout out to everybody. What's good? Still coming off that tough loss. But you know what time it is. We still here, Panther Nation podcast. Rashad and Dave in the freaking build. Well, Rashad for right now. I don't know where Dave went, but Rashad in the house. Listen, a lot to go over. Really quick, I do want to apologize. First, we did have to move the show from Monday. Simply because, we went trick-or-treating last night. I know I went trick-or-treating, excuse me. And and Dave, his son's birthday was yesterday. So we had some parent duties we had to take care of. So we appreciate y'all hanging in with us. And yeah, it's going to be a lot to discuss. Now we're going to talk about a lot today. We're going to talk about the trade deadline. We're going to talk about the game, the game that was kind of crazy. One of the greatest games, to watch, and we didn't get the right end of it, but we're gonna break it down for you. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good show. Good show. Dave, what's good with you, man?
What's up, man? I got a text from my wife that said you need to move your car now, and I said, "Oh, that's right." So I had to go run and move my car. So my apologies.
Yeah, man.
I had to ran. So all right, but yeah, man. Like you said, I heard everything. My son's birthday was yesterday. He's a Halloween kid. We took him trick-or-treating. So he loves the police, so we swung by the police office. Got some candy from there, went through the neighborhood and all that other stuff. And so, yeah, man, it was cool. Sorry. Normally we like to do these things on Mondays, but we parents, man. We got to do our personal duties on occasion.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that. I was actually done pretty early, but, hey, it is what it is. I appreciate the Monday night off. Real quick, shout out to Twan in the 704 Charlotte Bound show in the building. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Shout out to y'all over there doing good work. Aggie Pride, shout out to the dang guy. Shout out to all the Aggies in the building, man. It was a hell of a G-Ho. Hell of a G-Ho, bro. Good stuff. One for the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one for the books, man. It was a blast. I know I talked about it a little bit on a live stream on Sunday. Man, it's so much fun, bro. So much fun. Dave, how was G-Ho for you, man?
Oh, my God, man. It was awesome. A lot of things that we did. We went out, we chilled. I got to see some folks I ain't seen in a minute. Got to see a professor I didn't think I was going to see when I went over to alumni. When I went to go see the Comp Sci folks on Friday, I thought he retired. He showed up. He just walked in randomly, took a selfie with him, threw it on Facebook, and everybody was like, "That's the best picture you got in the whole list." And like, you're probably right. But anyway, no, it was good. It was a good trip. It was a good trip. I don't get to go down there that often, and I got to stay at the host hotel, which was dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like a super Aggie reunion. Like when Friday hits at that hotel, bro, it's something different. Friday and Saturday night, something different. But nah, it was a great weekend. Next year I'm definitely gonna stay for Sunday. I'm gonna try to stay till Monday next year. That's what I'm gonna try to do, but we'll see.
All right. Yeah. G-Ho is fun. It's gonna be lit. It's November 4th next year.
So it's in
November
November.
3rd, November 4th, something like
Yeah,
that.
something
First
something
weekend.
like that. Yeah, first
It
week in
won't be
November.
Halloween, so I won't miss it. Because if it falls on Halloween, I gotta stay home. I can't miss my
Yeah, man.
son's birthday.
So prep accordingly. If you're privy to the G-Ho shenanigans, prep early because we want to get your hotels and all that. But yeah, man. So let's go ahead, Dave, and let's go ahead and get into this, man. Let me share my screen right quick. Because it's a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. Let's talk about this trade deadline right quick. So of course, the Panthers were quiet. Nothing really occurred for the Panthers. We stood pat. We pretty much said, hey, we got the foundation of Jeremy Chin, the foundation of DJ Moore, Brian Burns, Derek Brown, JC Horn. Those guys aren't going anywhere, and they stood by it. So much so, Dave, that we, according to the rap sheets and the Chef D's and all these other folks, we were offered 2 first-round picks for Brian Burns and declined from the Rams. What say ye, Dave? Obviously, they don't have one in 2023. They would have been 2024 and 2025.
That means they're not true first-round picks in my eyes. If you ain't giving me a first-round pick for the next draft, I ain't counting it. That's BS. If you're not going to give me a first-round pick from the subsequent draft, the one that's coming up next, then
they didn't have one to give.
They didn't have one to give. That means they should have offered 3 or 4. Then we could have talked. But if you ain't gonna give me one next year, no. And besides, Brian Burns is playing at a very high level right now. He's only 24 years old, and we want to pay him. There's mutual interest in getting the deal done. 2 first-round picks ain't enough, especially if you ain't got one next year. I mean, that's just the reality of the fact. I know Bradley Chubb got traded. Bradley Chubb got traded, right? For one first-round pick.
Let me see. I have the list right here. Chubb traded 2025. Oh, they traded Chubb and a 2025 5th-round pick to the Dolphins for a 2023 first-round pick and a 2024 4th-round pick and running back Chase Edmonds. That was the Bradley Chubb trade. So I saw a lot of y'all wanted Chubb. I bet y'all wasn't gonna get that up for him. I bet y'all wasn't down for that. And the Dolphins, look, the Dolphins, they started out with a couple of first-round picks. Now they're down to 0. Obviously, they had to forfeit one, and now they just traded one away. So it's crazy.
And they had a trade, and they traded one away during the draft last year. I remember correctly.
Yep. So a lot of trades went down. Falcons even traded Dean Marlowe. He was so bad Sunday. They was like, "Yo, you got to get out of here." So they gave him to the Bills for the 2023 7th-round pick. It was a lot of trades, man.
Calvin Ridley got traded.
Calvin Ridley got traded on suspension. How you get traded on suspension, bro? It's kind of wild.
He had to give up shit to do it either. Like I think it was like a 5th-round pick for 2 years from now, or something like that. And it's conditional based on whether or not he can actually get back in the league, because he's got to reapply to get back in the league. It's not a guarantee they'll let him back in.
Yeah. So the Dolphins also acquired Jeff Wilson from the 49ers. Obviously, you know why they did that. They got C-Mac, so they about to hand the reins over to him. And they got him for a 5th-round pick, 2023 5th-round pick. Commanders traded William Jackson III to the Steelers for undisclosed compensation. Chase Claypool from the Steelers got traded to the Browns for a 2nd-round pick. That's an interesting one. One of the bigger trades too. The
Chicago Bears, where wide receivers go to die. That's still the case until further notice.
Basically, yeah. I remember Allen Robinson went there, and they thought it was.
I remember
all the buzz.
Mushu Muhammad went there.
That man said, "Where wide receivers go to die." Goodness gracious.
That's what. Dog.
Yeah.
Can you name?
It happens.
Can you name them? Name the last great wide receiver that came out of Chicago.
I can't, bro. I'm not even going to sit up here and cap.
This one here was the one. Even
though
that's Vikings, but this was
that's where I was going. That's where I was going to when you cut me off, Dave. The Lions traded Hawkinson and 2 4th-round picks, 2023 and a conditional 2024 pick to the Vikings in exchange for a 2023 2nd-round pick and a 2024 3rd-round pick, which is crazy because he goes in the division.
You rarely see that. You rarely see that happen, bro. So I'm surprised that went down. Obviously, the conversation was pretty high. So go ahead, Dave. What's your thoughts on that one?
I thought Hawkinson to the Vikings, and I talked about it on a fantasy show previously. I thought Hawkinson to the Vikings was big for Minnesota, but at the same time, I think they reacted. I think they just reacted to the fact they lost Irv Smith. Now, granted, they got to upgrade at the position, but I think they reacted because they lost Irv Smith for the season. Because Irv Smith is done for the rest of the season, so they traded for Hawkinson. So now you got to decide. I don't know if he's on his 5th-year option or not, but now you got to decide what you're gonna do with him because he was a first-round pick. I forgot about these two guys. I didn't forget about him, but Brandon Marshall's paid on 1,000 teams, man. Like, I'll give you
Alshon was nice. Alshon was nice.
Alshon was nice. South Carolina product. He was nice.
Let's see.
Marshall played on 10,000 teams. He balled for every team he played for. I'm talking about so all right.
The Bears also traded Roquan Smith, who requested a trade prior to the season, to the Ravens. That was a good one for the Ravens for AJ Klein and a 2023 2nd-round pick and 2023 5th-round pick. So a lot of trade activity.
I didn't realize AJ Klein was still in the league.
I saw him. Yeah, I saw him a couple of games ago when he was on the screen. I think he played doing something. I made a tackle, special teams or something like that. But yeah, man. Bills also got Naheem Hines, pretty big one there from the Colts. They got a conditional 5th-round pick and Zach Moss. So, they still got their little gadget running back. Anyway, since they didn't get they struck out on Christian McCaffrey. I don't know if they were in on that or not, but they struck out and didn't get Christian McCaffrey, so they got the next best thing they could get. So, but yeah, a lot of trades went down, man. A lot of trades went down. Like Dave said earlier, Calvin Ridley got traded from the Falcons to the Jaguars in exchange for capital that can be worth as much as a 5th-round pick in 2023 and a 2nd-round pick in 2024. So as much as. So we'll see. We'll see how that works. I'm pretty sure there is some things tied to that. First one is probably reinstatement. That's probably the first thing. But Dave, any other thoughts on the trade down? What about the thoughts on us standing pat and not trading, a Shaq Thompson or Dante Jackson or some of those other names that have been floated around? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, the only guy I could have seen getting traded was Shaq. But that was it. But I don't think they were going to just trade Shaq just to trade him. I think they wanted to get the fair value for him. So we'll see what happens at the end of the offseason and go from there. I mean, there's still a possibility they could probably trade him before kickoff of next season. So I'm not too worried about it from that perspective. But then again, it could be a situation. Remember, even though they were talking about trading Shaq, Steve Wilkes was here when Shaq was a much younger player too. So, we always talk about how some coaches don't have some level of leverage about who can go and who can't go. But Wilkes was here pretty much during the bulk of the Shaq era. So I think relationships matter.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Relationships matter. So you're right about that. I'm a bit surprised personally. I thought we were going to continue to make some moves. I didn't, I thought that maybe Shaq, but maybe Dave, you're right about the relationships. I thought that I didn't think Dante Jackson was on the table for a trade piece. I know y'all like to talk about that, but he just re-signed. So I didn't.
Anybody that just signed their deal, there was no chance in hell, guys. Like DJ, like when people talk about DJ Moore, no way. Dante Jackson, no way. They could have made that decision prior. Those are the type of calls you should have made before you made the decision to resign. Same thing is what I said when we decided to resign McCaffrey a few years back. I said we're going to end up trading this guy later because they're going to figure out later that they probably shouldn't have resigned him. So, and he's doing great in San Francisco, so I'm happy for Christian, man. Out here throwing touchdowns, running touchdowns, and passing and catching touchdowns all in one game. So he balling.
It's nice. He had a good day. Yeah, but yeah, man,
he's balling.
It is what it is.
We ain't got Kyle Shanahan. You guys got to always remember that. Like y'all be out here forgetting that we ain't got Kyle Shanahan. I was like, that could have been us. No, it couldn't because we ain't got Kyle Shanahan.
It definitely couldn't have been us. We definitely don't have the offensive coordinator to get it done. So it is what it is with that. And like I said, we can't build around Christian McCaffrey. They've got so many other things over there that make his life and helps him get W's. Like number one being the coaching, and number two being everything else they have on the offensive side of football. They got an offensive line, they got weapons, and know how to use them. So CMC had a great game. He had a great game. I mean, with all due respect, he had a great game, but I don't miss him. I really don't. I like the style of football we're playing right now with Donta Foreman. Excuse me. I keep saying Deontay. It's Donta Foreman. I like the style of football we play. Smash mouth, big running back that can get you the tough yards of the line of scrimmage, especially when the case in point, that play when he was at the goal line and pushed forward for that touchdown. That wouldn't happen with Christian McCaffrey. Let's call it facts.
When I watched that this morning, bro, when I watched that during my break today, man, I thought about you. When I saw my man push the pile to get I thought about you.
That's just facts, yo. It wouldn't happen with Christian McCaffrey. And again, I get it. I just like the style of football we play with Donta Foreman. And I like how others are getting involved. I like how the offense looks. We didn't lose because of the offense. All right, let's be clear. That's not why we lost the game on Sunday. Offense did their thing. Let's be 100% clear on that. We did not lose because of the offense. They started rough, but they damn sure got it going in the second half. And we didn't lose because of PJ Walker. Let's be clear on that too. And we lost because of several things. One of which is a great segue. The refs effed up, Dave. The refs effed up because you want to know why? Because according to one of the NFL NBC rules analysts, the penalty should not have been called on DJ Moore with him removing his helmet because he was not within the field of play, which is inside of that white line. That's technically the field of play. When he removed his helmet, he was outside of that. So he's good. That should not have been penalty. I'll say that, yes, they got that call wrong. But we can all say that. But who's to say Pinheiro would have made the kick? Because we just saw Fan missed a chip shot in overtime from a shorter distance, in fact, than an extra point. So I don't want to sit up here and say, yeah, we could have won because the refs they did F up and they should not have called the play or called that flag. Absolutely, you're right. But who's to say he would still made that field goal? Pressure is different. You know what I'm saying? He still had to kick that game winner.
I will say this. I believe that he should have made the kick regardless. But I also believe that when you're at the end of a game like that and it becomes intimidating that your routine changed a bit, it does matter. So I'm not going to say that he would have missed the kick if they didn't have that penalty. That being said, the ref shouldn't.
We don't know. I mean, we can all speculate. We don't know.
Because the thing is, I knew what happened at the end of the game because it was all over the damn place before I got to watch the game. So when I watched the game, the main thing that I was observing throughout the game is, all right, how did Pinheiro play the entire game? He didn't miss shit until he missed that 48-yarder extra point.
Well, you don't miss until you miss. But it's a different, Dave, and you're right, Dave. But let me just say this. It's a different kind of pressure with the game on the line, too. No matter what would have happened with DJ Moore and the celebration and the penalty, it's a different pressure with we've seen him miss game winners before. I.e. Bears Chargers. It's all over the internet. So if you Google Eddie Pinheiro game winners, the first one's going to show up is the one from Sunday. The second one is going to show up is the one against the Chargers where he flubbed a field goal as well from about extra point distance. So it's different at the end of the game when the pressure's on and you got to make this game win a kick. So you're right. We're both right at the end of the day. We're both right. Tell me I'm right, Dave. Tell me I'm right first. Tell me I'm right first, Dave. No, tell me I'm right. Thank you.
We're both right, but I know your ego needs that shit. I get it. But but, and I'm always been of the you gotta make your kicks regardless of where it's at. And in 2022, a 48-yarder is not an impossible kick to make. Like that's a normal kick.
Bro, it's on our intro. It's on our intro, though.
It's on our intro, bro. And he didn't get a penalty either. Because he was out of the field of play.
Which makes it illegal. Which makes it legal. Makes it legal, not illegal. Legal.
No, I said legal. Makes it legal. So, it sucks, man. It just sucks. I mean, this is.
It does suck. It sucks. And I'm not. But at the end of the day, it's not going to change the record. And I saw folks. You got to go and complain to the officials and write a notice to the officials and blah blah blah. But bro, it's not going to change the result. What you want to line it back up for the? You want everybody to go back to Mercedes-Benz and line back up and re-kick it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's re-kick.
That's not happening, fam. That's not happening.
Injure Eddie and get somebody else to do it.
It's not happening, dog. That's not happening. So, it is what it is. We lost. It sucks. It's unfortunate. It's a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But I do want to put this out because there's a lot of people, and there were a lot of people blaming DJ Moore for this loss, right? Saying, he shouldn't have took his helmet off. And so because a lot of people have a thing against DJ Moore saying, he's not a number one receiver. He don't know how to run routes. He doesn't know how to do X, Y, Z. But a lot of people feel that way. Trust me. I see it on Twitter all the time. There's a lot of people that feel that way. But at the end of the day, I just want to point this out that the refs were incorrect in throwing that flag. And a lot of y'all need to apologize. A lot of y'all need to apologize.
But at the same time, it still ain't DJ Moore's fault. You want to know why? He's the reason why they got there. He's the reason why they tied the damn game.
Facts.
He's the reason why. And the kicker has to make his damn kick, regardless. And this ain't the first one. He had a chance to win the shit in overtime. And I'm shocked he's still on the team, to be honest with you, Rashad. I'm gonna be keeping it back.
Me too, bro. But no, you're right, Dave. No, you're right, Dave. But at this point, where are you going to pick up a kicker? Like,
anybody, somebody, fam. You telling me no?
There's a kicker. No, there's kickers out there. That wasn't my point. Where are you going to pick up a halfway reliable kicker at this point? Anybody that doesn't have a daggone jersey right now kicking is going to be pretty much mid. They barely trust this dude. We punted from the 36-yard line a couple weeks against the Bucks. They don't trust this dude, man. They don't trust this dude, man. Like, so they barely trust him. So you don't just go out and you can't just go out and randomly pick up kickers like that. It's a process.
I'm about to Google free agent kickers.
It's something out there. It's definitely something out there. That wasn't the point. But my point is that at the end of the day, kickers are paid to kick. You got to make that kick. That second one especially. I give him a pass for the first one. 48 yards. All right, he barely missed it too. I'll give him a pass for the first one. The second one is inexcusable under any circumstances. That was a chip shot, B. You got to make that.
Point. I'm more about that second one. Like, all right, you missed the first one. We got it. 48-yarder. Okay. But nah, fam, you cannot.
And then waste and destroys one of the greatest moments in Panther history with the Hail Mary from PJ Walker. That was one of the greatest. I didn't say it. Pat Mahomes said it. It's one of the greatest throws that ever happened.
Yeah, he said that was the best throw he's seen all season.
Bro, you took that away from us, Panero. I'm gonna call you Panera.
Don't do that. Don't call him.
Come on, Panera.
Don't call him bread, man. Don't do that.
Come on, man. It sucks that moment was wasted. So like I said,
it wasn't wasted. It was still a great moment. It's just
okay, Dave. So I got a scenario for you. So let me ask you this: the second one, not the first field goal. Again, we cool about. We both agree the 48-yarder. Cool. You missed that one. Fine. All right. However, getting the ball back on the second time,
do you put some onus on the coaching staff not attempting to score a touchdown and just kind of settling for the field goal? I'm playing devil's advocate here today. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
I'll argue they probably should have went for the field goal earlier than fourth down. Could you kind of ice your own kicker waiting until it was fourth down to do it? I could argue that. You let them, you go out there on third down and attempt to kick versus doing it on fourth. I could argue that. But nah, hell nah. You got it, because all you need is the field goal to win the game, man. And you in damn extra point field goal range at this point. If you miss this shit. Yeah, that's why, like, him missing the 48-yarder ain't why he had to go. Him missing that 33-yarder is why he got to go.
That was unacceptable, man. That was unacceptable.
Because at that point, it's not, just like you said, when you talk about game winners, that means you're not dependable when we no shit absolutely need you to be. Like, you could have been a hero, bro. And but the irony of it all is, it would have been nothing. It would have just been an afterthought if you would have hit the extra point. You know what I'm saying? It just would have been an afterthought. You know what I'm saying? So he would have hit, because that's what you're supposed to do. That's routine. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you get paid to do. So it would have just been routine. We would have been talking about that touchdown pass forever.
Right. Correct. So it's unfortunate, man. It sucks that moment was wasted. And DJ, they kind of got on him after the game, and he admitted to his quote unquote mistake, which wasn't really a mistake. But it's unfortunate that we had to waste that moment due to the refs and the kickers. It was just bad. We were not supposed to win that game. It was not in the cards for us to win. So it is what it is.
I wonder how the Tankers feel.
Yeah, I mean,
are they happy? Are they sad? How do they feel?
Like I said, bro, it's something in it for everybody. Like, we lost, but at the same time we were competitive. So I think that's what I don't know how the Tankers feel, because I can't put myself in that scenario. I don't think like that, bro.
That's what I was wondering after I watched the game. I was like, man. But the thing is, I always want the squad to play hard, and I ain't seen this Panthers team play hard in 2 years. Like this in 2 years. So I'm like, if I got, like, I'm a Panthers fan, I'm going to watch the games. I want the shit to be enjoyable, and I want us to win.
Facts.
And that shit was enjoyable. I hated the result, but it was enjoyable to watch. It was entertaining as hell. I just hated the damn result. I know we should have won that game.
Facts. All right, let's get into by the numbers. A couple of things here. Red zone efficiency, we were straight 60%. Third. We're one of the best red zone teams in the league right now, by the way. Usually when we get into the red zone, we're going to score. And I believe one of those was the missed field goal too. So, it is what it is there. I think we're doing a good job offensively once we get down to the red zone, which is a complete turnaround from a couple years ago. Third down efficiency, that should be a down, not a green, but decent there. We could do a little bit better. We struggled a bit in the first half, but it is what it is there. Real quick, James Cameron says the Panthers fought and never quit. The Falcons won this one. Yeah, they did. I mean, listen, we would have acted the same way. Let's keep it a buck. If we would have beat them, we would have been taking a victory lap too. So I'm not going. It's for the division lead. Like, that was a big game. So I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not going to blame the Falcons fans for going nuts for winning the game, because that we would have did the same thing. So I can't hate there. But appreciate you, James, for the super chat. Pass completion 52%, not a good look there. Like I said, PJ Walker had a rough start, but definitely bounced back in the second half. He was playing like a man unhinged. I mean, he had some amazing throws. Again, this is back-to-back games where I'm like, PJ, and we'll talk about PJ Walker a little bit later, but bro, he was really slinging the football, bro. I really like what he was doing there. The penalties, 9 penalties of 74 yards. A lot of flags in this game, and some of them were a little questionable. Both sides for us and them. The refs got to let the players play a little bit, man. They were too trigger happy with the flags, especially the last one. Again, the most critical one, that sucked. Okay, the refs got to chill a little bit. We haven't been this penalized since rules here, and we know it's not our guys not being undisciplined. It's more of the refs being trigger happy. So they got to chill a little bit, man. They got to chill out. Rushing numbers, again, 36 rushing attempts for 169 yards, 4.7 yards per carry, which is great. Love to see that. Almost 5 yards a carry, almost 70 yards, bro. That's running the football. That's what we want to be. That's what the Panthers have been historically. That's what we want to be. We want to be a run-first team that can get it done on the ground. Run defense, not so much. We ran the football, but couldn't stop the damn football. 37 rushes for 167 yards for the Falcons, 4.5 yards per carry, damn near identical. We could not stop the run for ish, and it was mainly to the outsides. Outside zone runs were a problem. Our edges weren't doing a good job on the edge. Our linebackers weren't attacking. And when they got there, they couldn't freaking wrap up and bring the guy down. So it was just not a good game from a tackling perspective and stopping the run. I told y'all during that game or during the pregame, I said if we can hold them from below 115 yards rushing, we will win that game. If we let them get over 150, we were going to lose, and that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. So the turnover battle, I think it's 2-1 us. We won. My bad. It's 2-1 us, so that should be us. My bad. It should be up because we had 2 turnovers to our 1. All right, so my bad on that. And then a time possession, we actually we still lost the time possession battle, but it was still close. It was close, so I like that. Again, we didn't get dominated on time possession, so I really like that there. And turnover battle, again, I accurately pointed out that we 2-1. We had 2 turnovers to their 1. All right, we created 2 turnovers to their 1. So we did win the turnover battle. My apologies there. Total pressures. So we got 22 pressures on the quarterback, on Mariota. 2 sacks, 5 quarterback hits, 14 hurries. We was all over him. Couldn't bring him down in some instances. He got away, ran away a couple of times. Not too terrible there. And then total pressures on offense, bro. The Great Wall of China is definitely, the Great Wall of Carolina is definitely in effect. 4 pressures, bro. 4 pressures all game. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, bro. And one of those was attributed to Ian Thomas. So they balled. And then 73 total plays. I want to say that's the most plays you had all year. Don't quote me on that, but I want to say it's close to the most plays we've had all year. So that was a good look from the offensive standpoint. Dave, any thoughts on these?
We finally hit a decent chunk of numbers on the plays. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're probably still at the bottom of the league when it comes to number of plays in the game, but I'm happy about that. I'm loving the fact that we're getting all these pressures on defense. That's going to come in handy next week against the Cincinnati Bengals. When you consider the fact that they still haven't really fixed their offensive line problems and Jamar Chase is out, we got a legitimate shot to beat them dudes, bro. And I might be taking a ride to Lincoln, Rhode Island, because right now we're 7-point dogs against the Bengals.
Put that money up, Dave. I believe that dropped too, because I think wasn't it 8 when it started?
I believe it was higher.
I could be wrong.
I need to take actually I don't even take a ride. I can just move the money. But I need to go ahead and make that happen because
I'm taking that. Our boys is fighting. We're not getting beat by that much. We fighting, bro. I said it when they released the line for this game, for the Falcons game. They had us what, 6-point dogs or something like that? Like, fam, come on, B. Yeah, it was a big line, bro.
I didn't realize
it was a big when it first opened. Don't check what it closed at. When it first opened, it was a big line, bro. And I was like, yo, we're not losing by 6. I said that when I saw it on Twitter. I was like, yo, we're not losing by that much, B. Don't ever disrespect us like that. Now, maybe if Rule was the coach, probably, but let me stop taking shots at Rule, man. My bad, dog. He catching strays. My bad, Coach Rule. Get that Auburn job. You go, Tigers. But yeah, here we go. So why does Ben McAdoo look like a decent OC now? Maybe because his reign. Maybe they took the reins off of him. Maybe Coach Rule has something to do with that. I don't know. Or maybe he's getting better direction from his head coach. I don't know. You tell me. I have no idea. Bro. No clue. All right. So let's move on here. So really quick, piggybacking off of the blocking grades. Look at this day. Bradley Bozeman had a rougher day because he partially due to the run game. The run game wasn't that great for him.
But bro, everything else around him, bro. Look at this offensive line, Dave. We ain't seen this much green since we played the Jets last year. Like this is come on, B. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Zero pressures for Icky's playing out of his freaking mind right now. Icky's playing out of his mind right now. Let's be honest, Dave. This dude is balling right now. This dude is balling right now, man. Icky is balling, fam. Icky's balling. I mean, he's got like his pass block grade was like a 90.6. This is crazy, bro. This man is balling. And that's not even his strong suit. His strong suit is a run game. His strong suit is a run game, and he's 90.6 pass blocking grade, fam. Bro, we got a franchise left tackle. We've waited for years for this, B. We got one. And especially because we missed so badly on Slater last year, this makes me feel good. This makes me feel good, man.
You never letting that shit go. You can blame Rule for that.
I'm not, bro. I can let it go now because we got Icky. Yo, Icky's gonna be an all-pro left tackle. I think he's gonna be all-pro left tackle this year, bro. For real. Might be second team, whatever. Whatever, he's gonna be on that squad. He is balling right now, B. For sure.
It's gonna be tough for him to get that because of the wins. Like
I don't give a Dave. I don't give it. Slater, they ain't win that much last year. And Slater was on that Jones.
Good point.
Icky's he's getting on that Jones, B. He's balling right now. And then shout out to what's my man on the cowboy dude on Twitter. I don't know what his Twitter handle is, but he has us as the 4th best pass blocking team based on PFF metrics and some other things. He has us as the 4th best pass blocking team, which is crazy. And this is why PJ Walker can do what he's doing. Like, let's be honest. He's got the Great Wall of Carolina in front of him. He can do this because of that. It's amazing what a quarterback can do when he ain't got it. I mean, I've seen PJ Walker sit in the pocket, and I'm like, yo, this man really got like 5 seconds to throw the foot. Like, he's got forever to throw the football. So these are the reasons why I'm confident. When you look at the offensive line, these are the reasons why I watched it and I'm happy. This is why I'm happy. This is why I can go into win, lose, or draw. These are the reasons why I'm happy, bro. Because we got an offensive line. Finally, I've been complaining for years. So I gotta let this marinate a little bit. You gotta let me breathe on this for a second. Dave, what's your thoughts, man? As you sip your finest scotch.
Mm-hmm. I think man, we've been like since we started this show, we complained about the offensive line. We finally got one.
Fact.
And now the quarterback that gets to take advantage of this offensive line is PJ Walker. And he's playing well.
He is.
And so what does that tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen? Protection fixes a lot of shit. Protection with plus a run game fixes a lot of shit. A lot.
Facts.
So we got to enjoy it. And I know everybody wants us to take a quarterback, but y'all got to let PJ cook. See what we got out of PJ.
Hold that thought, Dave. Hold that thought. We're going to get there. Hold that thought. Real quick, like money, by making True Money says, yo, fam, we almost 18,000 followers. So I think we're like 20 something folks away. So if you watching this, man, and you not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for your boy. Making True Money. Thanks for that reminder, B. TMG. All right. So Damon says PJ Walker is bad in the first quarter, then finds his magic later on. I'm happy to be a Panthers fan again. Hey man, we got stuff to be excited about, man. I don't blame you. I'm happy too. The question is, can we keep this together? Bozeman. So if you look at this line, Icky rookie deal. Taylor Moton just got extended. Christensen rookie deal. Corbett is I think a two-year deal, I want to say. Bozeman on a 1-year deal. So hold that thought, Dave. Hold that thought. We're gonna get to it. Hold that thought. We're gonna get to that comment, Jared. Remind me when we get to it, Jared. But yeah, the key is keeping this together. Can we re-sign Bozeman Is that going to happen? Because we still have Eflin as well. We got to keep it together. But I love this offensive line. And they're going to do nothing but continue to get better. The longer they're together, the better they're going to get. The chemistry's going to get there. They're going to start knowing where each other's going to be. I mean, Bozeman had a really nice – they have a block going on Twitter where he can't pancake somebody. So it's great, man. I love this offensive line. I got to get a shirt made. Again, Great Wall of Carolina, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. They're playing, they're balling, and I'm gonna revel in this greatness until I can't, because it's awesome to have an offensive line. It is. I'm so happy about this, bro. I am. So here we go. So that's all I got. Real quick, follow us at Panther Nation PC on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Patreon.com/Panther Nation PC, all that good stuff. Shout out to the MVPs. We got an MVP giveaway. Probably going to do it next week because I was not prepared and I forgot. So next week, we'll do the MVP giveaway for the final ticket, which is the Steelers game. The Steelers game is the only ticket available. We'll be giving it away, and I got a couple more giveaways probably during Christmas time. I'll do some more giveaways for everybody else. So hang tight, everybody. We'll make sure that you all get what you need, and we're gonna make it happen. Because now, guess what, Dave? Okay, real quick, I gotta announce this. Because those of you that live in the Carolinas and know about the practice field, know about going to the practice field and getting autographs, it's now back open. It's back open. We can go to the practice field and get autographs. So that being said, I'm going to be going to the daggone fence a lot more to get some more autographs at some point. Not probably later on in the year. I haven't had the time to do it. It actually probably be, I don't know. We'll see. It'll be sometime later this year. I haven't had a lot of time to do it this year, but we will be getting some more autographs at some point. But so stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Real quick, A-Cash says we also have the fewest offensive line configurations in the league this year too, which shows how good they've been. Only change you made was Eflin out for Bozeman, and that was only because of injury. That's a great point, A-Cash. Appreciate you. Great point. Great point. But yeah, so stay tuned. MVP giveaway next week for the Steelers ticket. All right. Also, shout out to the franchise players. We appreciate y'all. Again, we're going to have some more giveaways for y'all. Stay tuned. And all the free agents, shout out to y'all as well. We got more giveaways coming soon. And coming soon for all of my Patreon members, the draft content is coming. The draft profiles will start dropping. You all will get them first. So I probably won't start dropping them for everybody else publicly until like December. But the draft profile is going to come out soon. Stay tuned. All right. Dave, let me run your ad real quick. Let me see there.
What's going on, guys? This is Dave from PNP, and I'm here to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. I just want to remind you that's the easiest place to play. There ain't too many places where you can win 20 times your money in the same night, utilizing higher lowers in the pick'em game. And now they have pick'em insurance, where while you won't win the same amount of money that you did before, you can miss one and still bring home some money. So if you do it 3 times, you could potentially still get your money back if you end up missing one. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up today and use the code PNP when you do. And the $100 deposit match still stands. Underdog Fantasy. My guys, shout out to Underdog Fantasy, man. And look, y'all can get some in on this Major League Baseball, and the NBA is rocking right now. On top of the NFL that's happening as well. So get your highers and lowers for your pick'ems right now with Underdog Fantasy, man. Use the code PNP.
Shout out to Underdog Fantasy, man. Rock with us on Underdog, dog. Good stuff. Good stuff over there. All right. Dave, PJ Walker. This is his second consecutive game where he's balled out. We killed him that first game. Killed him against the Rams, throwing those sideways passes. A lot of people saying, at that point, we told y'all PJ wasn't it. PJ has strung together 2 consecutive games where he's looked really good. And I see what Jared said regarding the Kyle Allen. I hear you, bro. I hear you, fam. And I think you there's some truth to that. But some of these throws that PJ is slinging, Kyle wasn't doing this.
Kyle wasn't doing some of these throws.
And I'm not even talking about the 60-yard. I'm not even talking about that throw. I'm not talking about the Hail Mary throw.
There was a couple throws that he did in that game. I'm like, yo.
I'm not even talking about the 67-yard pass. Bro, I'm talking about they are some really good throws that PJ Walker's throwing out there. And going back to last game, the Bucs game, he had like 3 of them that maybe was like, oh, okay. And then he had a couple in this one. I was like, this dude's
There was a couple of them in this one that the receivers dropped, and I was furious, bro. Like phenomenal throws by PJ.
DJ dropped one of them. Dropped one of them. So I'm like, yo, I'm so Dave, and let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I'm gonna ask you a question because everybody wants to know, and this is a valid question, right? We are QB thirsty. The thirst for QBs in the Carolinas is at an all-time high. We got to find us a franchise quarterback, and so everybody wants to. We're reaching. We're looking for anything right now. So PJ Walker comes out, he balls. Now I got a question for you, Dave. Because I did a mock draft, and I didn't take a quarterback early this past week.
I heard. I saw it.
And I did it assuming PJ Walker, just a scenario that PJ Walker could be the number 1 guy. So, Dave, what do you think about PJ Walker being the future quarterback of the Carolina Panthers?
He's a bridge at best. Like, I don't see him being somebody that's gonna be like a long-term guy. Like, do you like? All right, so let's. I'm gonna answer your question by asking you a question. Could you see him doing a Jake Delhomme type of run? Because that's what you're asking for. Yeah.
I saw that. I saw some folks talking about him doing a Jake style run. Bro, I need to see it for the rest. I need to see this kind of play, and he doesn't have to do what he's doing. Like he's playing at a high level right now.
But the problem is this. But you gotta understand the difference between what Jake did versus what PJ did, right? Jake walked in at the beginning of week 1 and pulled a crazy second half comeback to win a game, but then led the team to the Super Bowl in his first year in Carolina. Like PJ's not gonna do that. Like I think that's a.
No, it's not.
I mean, you never know. I mean, they win the division. You never know what'll happen if you make the tournament, right? If they win the division, you never know. Yeah. But I think most of the
I'm talking about from a talent, like from a quarterback play perspective, not what the team is doing. From a quarterback play perspective, I don't know that I could get Jake from PJ because what you're asking is a game manager, right? That's what Jake was. Hand the football off, throw it to Steve Smith. That's what
Jake was, but Jake had 1 4th quarter comeback. So you give him credit for it.
Yeah, no. I get the 4th quarter comeback, and PJ would have had that too.
Would have had one.
Exactly. So I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about Jake Delhomme also had Casey. PJ ain't got Casey. That dude wears the 4, but that ain't Casey, bro. So there's a lot that comes along with that.
I forgot.
There's a lot that comes along with that, and that's why I want to isolate it to quarterback play. Can PJ do what Jake does with the run game? If you got like a double trouble style and everything around him stays the way it is, sure. But is that what you want? Is that if you have the opportunity and you're picking top 3, are you gonna trade back or are you gonna pick the best quarterback available? So that's the question.
PJ is a viable bridge option if you believe in Corral.
Agreed.
So if you don't want to take a quarterback and you give Corral another year to figure it out, you could probably walk out of here with PJ Walker next year. You can build your team some more and put more pieces around PJ to succeed. And PJ could potentially take us to the playoffs next year if he's got enough talent around him. Shit, I think he might be better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo went to the NFC Championship. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you put the pieces around the man, you never know what you could do.
Real quick, Dan, let's hit these super chats. Derek says, I've been telling y'all about PJ. Shout out to Derek. Appreciate the super chat. And Jay says, when will this fan base stop acting like a battered girlfriend? You get one little taste of okay quarterback play, and you want to crown a woman, crown them the second coming of Jesus. Sick of mediocre play. PJ isn't the answer. I get that. I get that too. I get that too.
All I'm going to say is this.
One more. Hold on, one more day.
Right,
one more day.
right.
Jared says PJ Arm is better than Kyle's, but PJ playing at a top 15 QB level. If the answer is no, I'm drafting a QB. He's a great bridge. I agree with that. Go ahead, Dave. Now going back to this one.
All I'm going to say is this. You guys be out here talking about these great goddamn quarterbacks and all these great quarterbacks. A lot of people think that Phillip Rivers is a great quarterback. That man never sniffed a goddamn Super Bowl. You need more than a damn quarterback to get there, bro. I don't give a damn what you say. Until Matthew Stafford got fucking piece. I got to quit cussing like that. Until Matthew Stafford got – huh?
You do.
I got to do better. Until Matthew Stafford got pieces around him, the man, he didn't win a playoff game. People were calling him a great quarterback. Like, let's not do this. We almost traded for Stafford. We almost traded for a guy that never had a playoff win. So let's not do this. You need more than a quarterback. You got to have pieces around the man. It doesn't matter. Everybody's not Cam, guys. And I think that's the bigger issue with the fan base, but we ain't ready for that. Y'all don't think y'all ready for that discussion.
Yeah, that's a
y'all ain't ready for that discussion.
I think that is a bigger issue than folks want to say it is. Because
y'all ain't ready for that.
A lot of y'all became Panthers fans because of Cam. And now everything is compared to Cam, and it's just not. There's Cam is a one of a kind, bro. It's no replacing homie, and I love Cam. It's no replacing homie, bro. Not peak Cam.
There ain't too many quarterbacks in the league right now could do what Cam does. That did during his run in Carolina. They ain't. I could probably name maybe two, and neither one of them have a Super Bowl yet. And that's Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. And Josh Allen might finally get him one.
Lamar ain't doing what Cam was doing either, bro. I'm sorry. Not that read option, when he brought that read option and made it popular, and then those goal line runs and the physicality that Cam, Lamar not doing that. Lamar running straight out of bounds. Cam could do what Lamar was doing with the juking and all that. Cam was doing that too. Cam was a problem, Peak Cam. We talking about peak Cam, not old Cam.
So that case is
busted Cam.
Josh. That case is just Josh.
Josh, I'll give you Josh. And
even then, Josh had to get pieces around him to get the help. Josh got out of here once Diggs showed up to that roster, bro. So let's not act like, most of these Super Bowl champions, most of these Super Bowl teams, the teams that make it to the Super Bowl, when you start going down the list of quarterbacks, you'll realize real fast that they weren't alone. They didn't do this shit alone. The 2 times that Peyton Manning went to the Super Bowl, he had good defenses.
Shout out to Jay again, coming through with another super chat. He says, exactly, that's my point. I've been here since the days of Pete. Rodney Pete is who he's talking about. In between Jake and Cam, we have always pulled the trigger on any QB that looked okay. He's right. I mean, he's right. Especially right now, we're desperate.
I'll put it to you like this. In the franchise's history, we've drafted 2 quarterbacks in the top 5. 2. One you guys know because you guys became fans of him, and that's Cam Newton. The other one was the first guy we ever took, and that was Kerry Collins.
Yeah.
And the only reason why we got Kerry Collins is because we didn't want to take McNair. Because we traded down to go get Kerry. We traded down for Kerry Collins at Penn State. Because we were in position to go get Steve McNair. But we traded out of the pick and got Kerry Collins instead. And Kerry Collins led us to an NFC Championship, but it's not because of Kerry. It was because he had an outstanding defense and a good run game. And then he was out of here after a year after that. So you can't
go ahead,
to take a quarterback high doesn't guarantee you shit, is what I'm getting at. It increases your odds, but you would think having Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold on your roster would show you that it doesn't guarantee you anything. Because that's the same draft that had Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Josh Rosen.
That's facts.
Like
Dave is preaching right now. If you really listen to what Dave is telling you, and if you just listen, you have to really ingest what Dave is saying, because what he's saying is absolutely correct. Just because you get a guy number 1 overall does not mean he's gonna save your franchise, bro. And we've gone over this a million times. We did the whole exercise. Dave, do you remember when You hold on real quick. You remember when we did the whole thing and we pulled up all the draft history and we named whether the guy was a franchise quarterback or not? Most of them was coming from like third in the 15, pick 10, 15, round 5, 6, 3, 4, Dak, Russ, all those guys, they were drafted late. Like you really have to, they go to good situations because those teams aren't QB thirsty. When you find yourself in a QB thirsty situation, that's when we start to suck. And look at those guys. Look at the recent guys. I mean, Joe Burrow is the only one I could say recently that's turned out to be good. Outside of that, what other top overall quarterbacks are actually nice and actually winning? Their team is winning, not them as an individual. The team.
Like you can have all the damn stats in the world, but if you ain't winning no damn games, it don't matter. Like we talked about Trevor Lawrence as this generational guy. He was going to be this generational quarterback, saying he was going to be one of the best quarterbacks to ever walk through these streets. But the thing is, you can be the best quarterback that walks through these streets, but you can't do nothing if you ain't got no damn help. It doesn't matter if you ain't got no help. If you ain't got no help to help the streets generate, it does not matter.
Oh, real quick. Oh man, I missed the super chat. Let me go back. My bad. Landon. So Landon said PJ's the only one in the room who doesn't play scared. That's true. PJ does let that thing fly. He lets it fly.
PJ, he has no fear. Jake in him too, bro. That's the Jake in him. He has no fear, bro. And I think Jake in him, man. And you know why he doesn't play scared is because he has absolutely nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
He got nothing to lose. Those other guys, Baker and Sam, bro, they playing for their careers right now. Literally. They're on their last contracts. They have to essentially do whatever it takes to get to the next contract. And so there's a lot of pressure on them. PJ, he ain't got nothing to lose, bro. He ain't got nothing to lose. Either he doesn't play at all, or he's going to be out the league, or he can go out there and put it all on the table and get another contract.
Real talk. And I said it before in this podcast, and I'll say it again. The man was an injury away from being one injury away from not being in this league. Give it a buck. Corral stays healthy, bro. He might have gotten released under the rule era. Man, like y'all don't remember. See, you guys forget all the hype that they gave Trevor Lawrence last year.
He had a lot of hype.
I did not forget, guys, and I said it wasn't going to work when they were talking about football ain't his number one thing. When they said that about him, I said he ain't going to work out like y'all think he's going to work out. And I also said you'll be lucky that one of these quarterbacks might end up being good.
Now, Dave, so we sitting up here talking about, having things around him and having the quarterback be successful. I can make an argument that and appreciate that super chat, A-Cash again. I can make an argument that if we do draft the quarterback, he's going to be a pretty nice situation. Good offensive line, DJ Moore, Terrace Marshall. If we can keep Foreman, that'd be great. Or get another running back with them that can be or a couple of running backs. The defense is on the right track with some young guys. So I can make a valid argument saying, hey, he's already got a pretty decent situation. We just need that quarterback to take us to another level. My argument against that is that, bro, is that quarterback gonna play that much better than PJ right now? And again, I'm just saying, I'm assuming, let's hypothetically say PJ plays like this for the rest of the year. If PJ plays like this for the rest of the year, that's going to be a tough, and it also depends on the coach too. That's something that's another thing we haven't talked about. It depends on who the coach is.
If there's a new coach, bro, PJ's not going to get a fair shake. PJ's not going to get a fair shake because the new coach is going to get his guy. And I think PJ knows that too. But I think the way that PJ Walker's playing, bro, he's going to get an opportunity somewhere else to play. So I'm happy for him. And I think if Wilkes ends up getting the job, that's going to create the opportunity for him to get it.
Okay, we get the help argument. We have a solid O-line, solid defensive line. Do you believe PJ takes us deep into the playoff run? If not, take QB in the draft. Let me take the objective overall view. Right now, if I'm answering this question right now, it's week 8, bro. We've got what 8 games left, bro. Now I don't know how many games. 9 games left, bro. It's a lot of football that to be played. It's a lot of football so we don't have to. Luckily, we don't have to make this determination right now. But if you were to put a gun in my head right now, the way PJ Walker's playing, and I know it's only 2 games, I would take a strong consideration into not taking a quarterback with the first, whatever, 3rd overall pick or whatever. Maybe trade it back, get some more help.
But that's the thing.
I don't know.
That's the thing too. It's going to be so contingent on whether or not Tepper decides to keep Wilkes around.
Right. That's a big part of
that's
it.
The
coach.
Like if Wilkes is not here, we're just talking at this point. Because if Wilkes is not here, it's a moot point. Because the bottom line is this: Walker's not going to be the quarterback. If there's a new head coach, they're drafting a quarterback. There's not a doubt in my mind. They're drafting a quarterback. There could be a possibility that Walker will probably still be in the Walker roster, but there's not a doubt in my mind that if there's a brand new head coach coming into the 2023 season, Walker's done, which sucks. I think if he keeps playing like this, he deserves another opportunity. Thanks for the Super Chat White Chocolate Espresso. Who do you feel in the NFC besides the Eagles? Honestly, nobody.
Yeah, Eagles are tough.
The NFC is weak, guys, and I don't think you guys realize that. So that person that just asked about the deep playoff run, bro, getting into the NFC Championship game would qualify as a deep playoff run. And if you get there with PJ Walker, I'm going to be ethering a lot of you guys talking about we need a number 1 pick quarterback. We got to have a number 1 overall pick quarterback. We pretty much take an XFL guy, an XFL quarterback who was on pace to be the XFL MVP. He was on his Tommy Maddox. If you know, you know. He was on his Tommy Maddox. You know what I'm saying? And ends up almost going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't think there's too many teams. I mean, the Eagles are playing good football. The Vikings are playing good football too. I don't think they put fear in my heart, but they playing good football. Dallas is good too. They got Dak back. Like Dave said, the NFC is kind of weak. If we could. Let me be clear, we're not completely out of it. Like we still could be in contention if we could string together a couple wins.
I said this at the beginning of the season that the NFC is weak. It is weak, which is why, like, if there was any opportunity for Rule to recover from the catastrophe of last year, it was this year because of how weak the conference is. But then he found a way to screw that up too, and that's why he got let go when he did. But even Wilkes knows that it's weak too. You don't think Steve Wilkes ain't aware that the NFC ain't really hitting like it normally is? You don't think he knows? Even with us losing to the Falcons, we can still have the lead in the NFC South in 2 weeks.
Right.
A couple things fall our way.
It's true. It's true.
Like, let's not deter from that fact, guys. I hated how we lost on Sunday, but the reality is we could be going to Thursday Night Football in the same scenario that we were in yesterday.
That's a fact.
After
That's
Sunday.
very true.
If things fall our way, we could be in the same spot come Sunday, come Thursday Night Football in the All Blacks.
Fact.
So don't be out here trying to tell me otherwise. The Bengals, if that Bengals team that showed up last night show up on Sunday, that same Bengals team, you don't think we can beat them? Okay. All
right, let's keep moving to Super Chats. At what level is he playing at though? Where do you rank him? 3 TDs in 3 games, is on pace with Teddy, but with excited throw. Hey, you talking to a Teddy fan, so I rock with Teddy. I thought we should have kept Teddy, so I might not be the best person to answer this question, but I just got to see it. I got to see more. I got to see more from PJ. I like what he's doing. As long as that run game is working. What else? Okay, so let me throw this back.
No, here's a better question.
Hold on. Let me throw this back at you, Jared, real quick. Who do you want to? What else do you want from PJ? What else does he need to do? Because PJ is not the reason we lost yesterday. PJ did a great job against the Bucs, The only thing that you can knock PJ on right now is that Rams game, and he was asked to do that. The game plan was off.
Yeah. Like
what else do you want?
Wilkes owned up to that game plan against the Rams, saying that was more on him than PJ, because he told PJ that's what he wanted him to do. So
Jay, answer that. Like, what else do you need PJ to do? I guess that's what because I think he's playing fine. If he continues doing what he's doing, not turning the football over. Again, he had the bad interception on the pick. The defensive end had an athletic play. I mean, you can't really. That's a tough. We've seen many quarterbacks throw picks on screens. Not going to kill him on that. What else does PJ Walker need to do?
I'm going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
And this might answer it for you. Rank the quarterbacks in the NFC South right now. Rank the starting quarterbacks in the NFC South right now.
Whoever's playing for the Saints is last. I mean, Tom is Tom. I still give you Tom. Tom's still number one. Mariota. Yeah, PJ probably second. I think PJ probably second. I like Mariota has some good thing. I would put them at tie at best.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is, okay, we understand why folks are putting Brady at one. Fam, Brady's not that good. Brady's not. This ain't the same guy from last year.
No, it's not. But it's not. He's got a banged up offensive line. You know, Brady needs the best, the cream of the crop offensive line.
Oh wait, what did you just say?
Offensive line. No, he needs that. That's no secret.
No, but
he's had great offensive line play.
So what would he do with us? Like, if we traded for Brady before the trade deadline, he'd probably be balling out of his mind right now.
No, he beat the goat reincarnated again behind the Great Wall of Carolina. What you talking about, man? Of course he beat a goat again. All right, let's hit somebody super chats real quick. Just getting in. Hate that I missed what I missed. Well, we got to keep PJ. We'll see. Jay says if Lamar doesn't re-sign with the Ravens, which I think is not going to happen. To be honest, with the trades they're making, I don't think it's going to happen. But he says we need to pounce, draft a DE from Notre Dame, or the tight end from Notre Dame, and that offense to be transformed. Draft a linebacker, edge, DT, and that'll be wild. Dave, go ahead.
My thing is Lamar will get tagged, and then after that, he'll probably get the walk. I don't think they're going to re-sign him long term at this rate. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't see it happening at this point. Because they should have already done it. The longer they wait, the higher the price goes. Appreciate the super chat, though, Jay. All right, what else we got? Any more super chats? That's it.
Yeah, one more. I think that's okay. Lost to the Browns by 2 on a BS call. Giants by 3 in the fourth against the Cards. It was 13-10. Fourth versus the Rams was 10-10. Lost to the Falcons on a BS call. So yeah, we've been in on all the games. It's true. That's true. We just gotta we gotta turn it around. We'll turn it around. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to another player we can talk about. Dawson Foreman. So listen, this man had a hell of a game on Sunday. 26 carries, 118 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, monstrous performance. Monstrous performance from Foreman. I love what I'm seeing out of him, and I think we're not necessarily utilizing him in the pass game either like we should. He's got hands. People forget that too. He's got really good hands. I think that will start to expand more as we get into the season. But yeah, man, Deontay Foreman definitely gets a stock up for me. I love, and I was banging the table for him. He puts together 2 consecutive good games on the ground. His running partner was down. Chuba went down, but we kept it going. Didn't quite get another running back in the game as much. Blackshear had a couple of carries, and Spencer Brown a couple of carries as well. But he needs. I think once Chuba get back, you'll see the thunder and lightning again. But a lot of it fell on Foreman, and he's balling. He's balling, bro. What's your thoughts on Dawson Foreman, Dave?
Oh, he's balling out of his mind, and I don't know what I don't think Chuba deserves his job back if he comes back, bro. I think he should just let Dante be the guy. But, it's fine. I know it's going to be a by committee type of situation when Chuba comes back. All right, and it sounds like Chuba's gonna probably be back next week, so we'll see how it goes next week. But he balled out of his mind, man. He was out there like a grown man, and you guys should have known it because this is what he did when Henry got hurt. So this shouldn't have been news to anybody if you would have watched it. That's why I love the signing when we picked him up. I was just concerned about whether or not they're going to actually try to give him a chance. So, I'm cool with this, man. I'm rocking.
Yeah, man. Love what I saw out of Foreman, man. It's a good look. I hope we can, because he's only on a 1-year deal, so hopefully we can find out how to keep him. I believe. Let me confirm that before I'm telling lies. I don't want to tell lies. Yeah, it's a 1-year deal. And is there any kind of yes, unrestricted free agent after that. So hopefully we can keep him around, not pay him too much. The way he playing though, he might mess around and get a bag from somewhere. I know most teams ain't paying running backs like that, but he could get a bag from somewhere. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with Deonta Foreman. I love what I see out of his game. Love the physicality. We actually have a running back that can get a yard. I love it. So shout out to Foreman, man. All right, moving on. Derrick Brown, bro. Derrick Brown is balling out of his mind right now. I don't think y'all understand how happy this makes me. This man had 12 tackles as an interior defensive lineman. That is nuts. 12 tackles, 5 solo. He had a half a sack and 1 tackle for loss. This dude is balling, bro. He's balling. I mean, it's incredible right now. He's playing like a top 10 defensive tackle in the league. And I don't know what else needs to be said, man. He's just balling. He's balling. I saw him throwing around cats. He's literally doing what he did in college. Like, you remember that Auburn highlight that was floating around where he was just tossing dudes? Like, he's literally doing that in the NFL right now. He tossed the center yesterday, tossed him into the running, tossed the fullback block it, and then got this dude's he's balling, man. He's balling. He's balling. I don't know what to say,
bro.
Man.
I mentioned this. We were talking about this on Twitter earlier today with Tony. Let me tell you something, bro. He probably is. He might be. Nobody's ready to admit that though. The crow will be vicious. I don't think nobody's admit that because listen, he's a borderline All-Pro. He definitely should be in the Pro Bowl.
For sure, Pro Bowler. If he doesn't, he's getting robbed. He probably won't make it this year. Probably make it next year because that's the same thing I said on Twitter. That's probably how it'll work. But it is what it is. He's balling right now. He probably won't get All-Pro, but he should definitely be in that discussion for sure. He is balling right now. He is playing like a man possessed. I think I was listening to Steve Smith on his podcast, and he was saying, and shout out to Cut to It. But I think he was saying, we should go out there and get another interior defensive lineman to play alongside. I know we got Ioannidis, but could you imagine getting somebody like my man from Georgia, Carter? It'd be crazy. It would be crazy, man. Like he's playing well, man. I can't knock him. He is balling, and y'all. I told y'all to be patient for it, and he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Now you good? I agree. You ain't getting no qualms out of me. I was on that same train, bro. 3 years is what it takes until you see the fruition out of DTs, and they tend to have the highest bust rates out of any position in the first round. And I don't think we got a bust, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys think? He's playing out of his mind. Out of his mind.
Yep. Shout out to Derrick Brown. He's kicking butt and taking names. I was trying to find the defensive grades. Yep. Right now he's a number 7 overall interior defensive lineman. According to PFF, Chris Jones number 1, DJ Reader number 2, Jeff Simmons number 3, Quinnen Williams number 4, Aaron Donald number 5, Dexter Lawrence number 6, Derrick Brown number 7. So it tells you the company he's with right now. He's balling. He's balling. All right. Any other comments on Derrick Brown, Dave?
That's my guy. Let's keep it moving.
Yep.
What's next, man? We ain't had a stock
Shocker
down yet.
GB. Nah, no stock down yet.
Coming.
I only got one. Yeah, I only got one. But shout out to Terrace Marshall, man. Terrace Marshall balling out. Again, it's finally good to see his play come to light and him get targeted more than once or twice a game. My man Terrace Marshall had 9 targets, Dave. He only caught 4 of them, and I don't think he had any drops. I don't know if they were just airing or what. I have to go back and look at all 9 targets. I'm not sure. But he had 9 opportunities to catch the football. 4 receptions for 87 yards. It's a career high for him, I believe. Easily, I should say. He had a couple of fade routes. 2 of those were fade routes to the end zone on back-to-back plays. They tried to get him a touchdown. He couldn't quite get it. Couldn't quite ring it in or get the toes down. But man, I love what he's doing. This is the Terrace Marshall I wanted to see. Not at a broke Dwayne Jarrett. That's who I thought we were getting. But we actually getting a serviceable Terrace Marshall. I need to see it some more though. He's got to play some more. He's got to be more active. You know, he looked good when he got that 39-yard catch in the open space. But hopefully he lives up to it because he's too good, in my opinion, to not live up to it. And I think they finally drew it up in the game plan and got him to rock. So I love it. Thoughts, Dave?
He was on my fantasy waiver wire list for this week.
It might be too late.
More targets. Nah, it ain't
might be too late. Might be somebody might have scooped him up already.
Nah, I've looked. It ain't too late. He's still not picked up another 25% of most. Oh yeah, he's out there. Cause man, just like Carolina continues to be 7-point underdogs against all these teams, and they don't realize how hard they're playing. But nah, he's out there. He was on my waiver wire list for this week. Because we weren't. Yeah. It was a debate on whether or not he was going to take over as the 2 or was Sean Smith going to do it. I think the answer has been said. When you get 9 targets, you just answered the question. The benefit about McCaffrey being gone is that's 5 to 8 targets that got to go to somebody else. Some will go to Moore, some will probably go to the tight ends, and some will go to Marshall. So there's your answer. I still don't trust none of the tight ends, but I think Marshall's going to benefit a little bit.
Yeah, I think some of those targets are starting to dissipate from the tight ends. We were doing, I think, and I don't know if that was a thing with Rule trying to get the tight ends a lot of targets, but I'm not seeing as much.
Stephon Sullivan got a catch. Stephon Sullivan got a catch in that game, bro.
Stephon had 2 targets. And let me see. Trimble had 4 targets, and then Ian Thomas had 1 target. So maybe I'm wrong on that. That is a lot of targets. For tight ends.
Nah, well, because the thing is, you remember when we had a discussion point where you were talking about how we wanted to split up how we're going to handle the throws? McCaffrey was good prior to this season. McCaffrey was good for 8 to 10 targets a game. But that's going away. They got to go somewhere.
And they're not involving the running backs in the pass game as much.
They're not. But I don't know what I don't. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to change with Chuba not being there. But then Chuba's got stone hands, so I don't know. I mean, maybe Wilkes prefers it being traditional, where he just wants his running backs to run and his pass catchers to catch.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
It's working. Offense looks much better, in my opinion, than trying to figure out how to get Christian McCaffrey the ball a million times. It looks like a much more fluid offense to me. We got receivers running routes, PJ putting the ball where it needs to be. I don't hear anybody talking about separation anymore. Where did that happen? Where did it go, Dave? Where did all the discussion about separation? Oh, DJ's not separating. Now you don't see a word. You don't see a peep.
He didn't have a separation problem.
No, that's what they say though. They say they say he can't separate, man.
Whatever, man.
Now that PJ's throwing the football like a real NFL quarterback should, and throwing it into tight windows. Now you're starting to see our receivers, do some things. But I digress.
Shout out to as the former GM of the Panthers, Dave Geldman would say, The answer's on the roster. Just so happens our head coach wasn't looking in the right places. Moving on. Let's go to the next guy.
Yep. All right.
PJ
Panero
Walker
Day.
been on this. PJ Walker been on this damn roster the entire time since Matt Rule's been a coach, and they wouldn't get that man the time of day.
My man said DJ 1000 still alive. Yeah, DJ, bro, DJ had 152 yards receiving yesterday on Sunday. Excuse me,
bro. He's gonna have to do that shit like 3 or 4 more times. You gotta do that shit 2 or 3 more times before you feel confident he's gonna hit 1,000.
God, why can't I find that on pace joint, man? Dang it!
I can do the math. What's his total yards? I can do the math for you.
But ESPN did it.
It's
4. He's got 425 yards receiving.
He's got 425 after 8 games. 425. He's got to get at least 64 more yards per game to break 1,000 yards.
Oh, that's easy money, man. He's gonna get that, bro.
He should be able to do that.
He's gonna get that, dog. DJ 1000 still alive, man. Get him to rock. Get him to rock, man. Get him to rock. We can't break that streak, B.
575. Yeah, you got 575 more yards to go.
I might need to add a.
He needs 1,100 though. He needs 1,100 though, right? Ain't the streak 1,100 all purpose?
Yeah, but we'll take 1,000. 1,000 still sounds nice.
Nah. I want it to be 4 straight years.
Yeah, no, we'll take 1,000. No, we'll take 1,000, Dave. Please, don't get greedy. Beggars can't be choosers. We'll take 4 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. That sounds good. There's a nice ring to it.
I don't want to talk about this too long. I talked about it enough earlier today. I'm shocked he's still on the roster, bro. Like I'm just stunned. I'm stunned. I'm stunned he's still on the team, bro. I'm just stunned. I'm just surprised. I'm befuddled. I'm perturbed. I don't understand.
Looks like they're sticking with him, man. You can't kick a man while he's down, dog.
Actually,
One thing
exactly
I'll say though. Come on. One thing I'll say about kickers, because all of y'all keep saying, "Oh, he was so good. It was perfect, bro." All kickers are good until they're not. That's how it works. Remember Joey Sly? He was good. He was good until he wasn't.
Until they finally decided to get that man competition and he lost. He started missing them field goals once the competition showed up.
He was good until he wasn't anymore. Kickers are the biggest head cases in the game, bro. It's all mental when it comes to kicking. It's all mental, bro. Once they start, I missed this kick, bro. It's all mental. So when you see this cat start to miss some kicks, and maybe he can get over it. Maybe he can. I've seen this story 1,000 times. Kickers are good until they're not. Joey Sly, it's the same thing happened to him. He wasn't good. He was good until he wasn't. He was good until he wasn't. Tucker's a one of a kind, bro. Tucker's the best kicker in the league.
Yeah,
that's a different.
Yeah.
That's a
Tucker
different.
Might be the GOAT. Tucker might be a GOAT.
It's the reason why he's been on that roster forever, bro. Panero's been on like 15 teams or something like that.
That man's been dancing to these game-winning field goals for a long time. Your kids probably weren't born when he was out here dancing to these game winners. Tucker's in a different breed. Like he's in the Vinatieri type of breed of kickers. Yeah, you can't be.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Underrated, Jay. Y'all love Sly when he replaced Gano. Y'all loved him. He was great. He's a great kicker. Then he's great until he wasn't, and now he sucks. This is true. Had Bucker in the bag. Shout out to Jay Haynes.
I talked about that on Blue Death Valley because they told me about what happened, and I said, bro, whenever I hear that whenever a kicker costs the game, I always remember that we drafted Harrison Bucker and released him before he even got to kick an actual game for us. I'll never forget that. Never. We drafted our kicker. We had our kicker of the future, but we refused to let Gano go. And then eventually we did let him go for Sly. And Sly was not Harrison Bucker. Harrison Butker ended up going on to win Super Bowls with Patrick Mahomes. And we sitting here missing extra point range game winners in overtime. Far left. All right, I'm done. Any other slides, man? I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
Andy's wearing number 4, pissed me off. I can't.
Shout to Jedi Jory.
He was
Jedi
good
Jory.
until the mom said he was good until he got pressure. Well, pressure
Mom's
does
right.
bust pipes.
Yeah,
But now, I don't know.
Busted,
But that ain't what Biggie was talking about. But all right. So, anything else?
Dave, is your Wilkes-O-meter changing any?
No.
Do I need to move? Yeah, I'm good too. I didn't move mine. I'm still on the fence. Now I'll give them credit. They playing hard out there, bro. It feels completely different. They playing hard.
But
they fighting.
I think it would shift if it's bad losses, right?
Yeah.
And this was a tough loss, but it wasn't a bad loss. Like a bad loss is like a blowout. Like a bad loss was like what we were seeing during the rule days. We're not seeing that right now. So this is just a tough loss. He's playing like the team is playing hard for these guys for him, man. So I'm not ready to move my meter. But I will say he has to win games for the meter to shift. He's got to win games. Like he can't keep having tough losses because tough losses is not going to get him the head coaching job. Wins is going to get him the head coaching job. Yes,
Yeah,
I think PJ should. I don't want to see Baker Mayfield start another game for us again.
Yeah, we didn't go over this, but yeah, we talked a lot about PJ, but I do think he should start for the rest of the season. Why not? He's the best quarterback we've seen play. Unless
since
something
Teddy.
crazy happens.
Since
Since Teddy. Yeah, so, he's probably playing better than Teddy too. I think he is playing better than Teddy right now. But it's quick. It's soon. It's soon, right? We need to see some more.
I'm not ready to say that, but he has.
We need to see some more.
We got to see what else. I mean, we got other games. He's going to have a game out of conference this upcoming week, so we'll see how he plays against Cincinnati.
There's no reason to not play PJ the rest of the season unless
we're not. But I can promise you this: we're not seeing Baker ever again.
Yeah,
Baker's gonna be out
done.
here clipboarding that shit the hell up till the end of the season.
Yeah, Baker's done. We keeping our pick. That fifth. There's gonna be a 5th round pick to the Browns instead of a 4th. He's done here. He's done. He's done.
I want you to know. I want to respond to this. That's great that the players want him as a full coach, but I just want you to know that the players don't get to make that decision.
Yeah, that's not how it
the
works.
The owner does. The GM does. The players do not.
And obviously he didn't care what the players thought when he fired Rule either, because he didn't address them and talk to them about it. So it's all on the owner. I think honestly, I think Tepper likes what he sees right now. I think he has the same feeling that we do. It's just a different. Even though we're losing, it just feels different, bro. Like there's a different energy. The guys are playing hard. PJ's playing hard. The offense looks different. The offensive line is playing. It just feels different with Wilkes over Matt Rule, and I think that's what I think you're a little bit closer with Matt Rule. With Wilkes than Matt Rule. So that's just my opinion. It just feels different, but we'll see. It's a long season. It's still a lot of season left. If he can string together some wins, like I said, if he can get us to about 7 wins, I know it's probably unlikely, but if he can get us to about 7 wins, win 5-6 more games, I think he'll be in a strong contention. We'll see though. We'll see. All right, that's the Wilkes-O-meter. So no changes there?
Nothing. I'm keeping it where it's at for now.
All right, rookie report. Icky. It has a 70.2 overall, a 70.2 grade in this game. And then he played 80 snaps, 0 sacks, 0 hurries, damn near perfect game. No Matt Corral, obviously, no Brandon Smith playing. He's out there and he's got pads, but no meaningful snaps, playing mostly special teams. Amari Barno got 1 snap, no stats. Marquand McCall also got 9 snaps with no stats as well. So that's kind of where we are. K. Mays, obviously, he was active but didn't play any meaningful snaps either. So that sucks for our rookies. But that's where they are. That's where we are. All right. NFC South rankings. This is the rankings. Obviously, we were this close from being on top of it. But like Dave said earlier, bro, like we could be in this exact same scenario again on Thursday night if the Falcons lose and the
All three teams gotta lose.
all three teams gotta lose, and then we win our games. We could be right back into it. Right back into it. So let's take a quick look. Who does Atlanta play next week?
Let me see. What's the week 9 schedule looking like?
Atlanta plays the Chargers at home.
Oh, that's losing. Yeah, they could lose that game.
New Orleans plays
the Ravens on Monday night.
Oof, yeah, they're gonna lose that game. And then the Bucks. Who the Bucks got?
And they play the Rams.
It's plausible. I think the Rams are not playing good football.
They're not playing that good. So the Bucks can mess around and win.
Good football. Bucks could win. But yeah, man. So again, just it's a fluid, it's a week-to-week league. Things could change, anything could happen, injuries, all that stuff could happen. Right now, again, we're in a win-win scenario. Why are we in a win-win scenario, Dave? Because of this draft order. The tank folks, they're getting what they want, right? We're 2-6, picking number 3 overall. So for each loss we have, it's going to get us one step closer to y'all wish and having a nice draft pick. Another scenario is that we play well and we potentially make the playoffs. That'd be a good thing for the city of Charlotte and the Carolinas, and for Steve Wilkes and for the future of this organization. We'll see. I like seeing W's personally, but I'm not gonna be mad at picking, a high draft pick either. So it is what it is. I'm like I said, like we all Panther fans, we're playing with house money right now. We're playing with house money. It's actually a really good feeling to know that your team is heading in the right direction, and there's a win-win to either side of the coin. So I'm good. There's no reason to be pissed off as a Panthers fan right now. We're in a good place. Dave, thoughts?
If we end up with our top 3 pick and the team's playing hard, you want to talk about a best case scenario, because then you go out with some hope. And you probably go the best case scenario is we continue to play hard, we win a division or something to that effect. But if we don't end up winning a division and we still end up in the top 3, top 5 of the draft or whatever, and we're playing hard and they decide to keep Wilkes, that's going to keep the morale straight with the team that's currently there, and we're going to be able to get some high picks and get some talent into the room. And you're going to have a whole team that's going to be behind the coach. So that's freaking huge. And that'll be good momentum going into the 2023 season. And we've seen things like that happen. So we'll see. I mean, I don't think we're going to be staying this low. I actually think we can beat Cincinnati next week, but we'll see. Especially if that Cincinnati team that showed up yesterday shows up.
Yeah, they got a lot of injuries, man.
Yep.
A lot of injuries. So we'll see.
And their offensive line is still trash.
Yeah, the offensive line sucks. I think Derrick Brown's going to go nuts. Brian Burns is going to get a couple of sacks because he didn't have one. He didn't have one against the Falcons. He needs to get on his sack game, and get a couple of more sacks to stay on pace for his 10-sack season or double-digit sack season. So we'll see. No, I don't think we should try to get Bradley Chubb because it cost us a first-round pick. So you saw the conversation they got, and then let me ask this question to you: would you give a first-round pick for Bradley Chubb? We talked about this earlier, but would you give up a first-round pick for Bradley Chubb? If the answer is no, then you don't think we should have went for him either. Just saying, because they got a first-round pick for him. Yeah, you won't see it this time. Jamar Chase is hurt, so you won't see it. Brian, I believe Burns has 5 sacks. 5 sacks.
Yeah. So he'll hit double digit. So that's it. That's all she wrote.
That was it for me. Dave, yeah, that's all I got. I will be live streaming. Dave, are you joining the live stream or are you going to be watching in the bar? I'm going to live stream the game this Sunday.
I don't know if we're gonna
once
do a preview or not. I can't do one Thursday, so I don't know if we're gonna do a preview for this game or not. I'm not sure yet.
I mean, we could probably do one without a guest on Friday. It's your call.
Friday, I'm probably chilling, to be honest with you. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Let me know what you want to do, because I know I got a lot of other things. Yeah, man. Listen, man. I'm not the biggest Migos, and I said it on my stream, and we can close out on this, but I'm not the biggest Migos fan, but I respect what they did in the industry because they did have a phenomenal run. I kind of was bummed when I heard that they broke up because they were having their issues or whatever. But the way that Takeoff went out, man, that is wild to me. That man wasn't even 30. Yeah. The dude was 28 years old, man. That is tough. That's
tough. It sucks, man. It sucks. I ain't gonna speculate because I don't got all the information, but I just say this, man. I like Takeoff. He was nice. To me, he was the nicest Migo lyrically.
He might have been.
I'm not the biggest, Migos guy either. I enjoy their music, but I'm not. I can't say I'm like a super fan.
I've seen him live. I've seen him live before. I've seen him live twice, actually. They've been at a couple of festivals I've been at. My biggest thing, though, with them, like, I think their music was very effective, and this could be their Tupac. Like, a lot of folks are very crushed about the death to Takeoff, man, because of the age. And it's just becoming too damn normal seeing these rappers die at under 30. Like, that's the bigger issue. And I mean, for Panthers fans, it should hit home for some of you guys, because Cam Newton getting a dab, that's where he got it from these guys. So we have to talk about it. I mean, we are a Panthers show. So, and I'm a hip hop head. So, but anyway, but rest in peace to Takeoff. Shout out to condolences to his family, condolences to Offset and Quavo and Takeoff's friends, man, because it's a tough loss to be losing. You shouldn't be losing nobody that young. Like, I think the rap game is always called a young man's sport, but the reality is that it's the only genre where it's not okay to rap in your 30s and 40s, where you need to rap in your 30s and 40s. You should live in your 30s and 40s. So it's kind of sad. But on that note, man, let's get out of here. Like, subscribe to the channel.
Takeoff, man. RIP Takeoff. Like, subscribe, notification bell. We only like 20 people away from 20K, or excuse me, 18K. So hit that subscribe button. Help us get there. If you haven't already done so, we would greatly appreciate it. I know it's a couple of y'all in here right now that's not subscribed, so I'm talking to you. Hit the subscribe button for your boy. Greatly appreciate it. That being said, we will holler at y'all. On worst case, we'll holler at y'all on Sunday. So if you want to know what we're doing, make sure you hit that notification bell so you part of the Noti gang, so you know when we go live. You never know when it's gonna happen. All right. So that note, we out. Peace.
Peace, guys.